This is one of the highest waterfalls in Africa. It is 4 times higher than Niagara Falls and is located in Lesotho, a small landlocked country in the middle of South Africa. Hi, this is Hamada, and welcome to Final 50. Now, I've been to 147 countries, and I've always been eager to see Lesotho, which is in the middle of South Africa, to check out these incredible waterfalls. Now, we've got a 9-hour car ride from South Africa to Lesotho. So what are we waiting for? Let's get going. So the journey to the falls was in 2 major parts. The first, driving 4.5 hours to the border of Lesotho, and the second part, driving from the border through the capital Masuri to the actual falls in the center of the country. Now I had to do all of that in a small, compact, manual car on the other side of the road. Getting out of Johannesburg is going to be an issue in terms of traffic, and of course the car is manual, and they drive on that side of the road, so this is going to be fun. But hey, to see Country 148, my first of my final 50, and experience the falls, well, it would all be worth it. All right, this is our long drive to Lesotho through the South African countryside. Exciting. Obviously I'm a little nervous. Trying to cross the border during COVID is just a nightmare. Making sure the COVID tests are all up to snuff. Now I have to admit, I did not look at the weather before I left to Southern Africa. In fact, I had thought since it's summer way below the equator, the weather would be great. Well, little did I know, it was rainy season. And I mean, wow, it really started pouring. And for some reason, Google Maps sent me down on what was the shortest route, but the one with the most potholes. With such odds, something was bound to go wrong, and of course it did. But luckily, I found Patrick, and he helped get me back on the road and continue my mission. Hopefully this time we won't hit any potholes, we won't have any flat tires. Made it across the border, super excited. Give you a couple of quick interesting facts about this awesome place. It is in fact the highest country overall in terms of all its geography in the world, which is why they call it Kingdom in the Sky. Super mountainous. We're gonna drive through that today to get to Maletsunyane, the waterfalls that we really want to get to. Another interesting fact is that the country's still a monarchy, or what's called a constitutional monarchy. Ethnically, it's really one major tribe, or one ethnic group, which makes it very unique in terms of Africa, because most of Africa has been split up in so many different ways that there's so many ethnicities that exist in each country because they were never really divided in terms of their background. So 99.7% of the population, I believe, is Batu. So, but man, I'm so happy. This is a huge milestone. I'm gonna go get that waterfall right now. Getting out of the capital was my next major obstacle. With all the heavy rain, a lot of the roads were flooded, but eventually I made it out and headed to Tabusi, a cultural village, to get a good sense of the history and culture of the country. This is where the first king of Lesotho united the tribes to form a nation. And through our guide I got to meet there, I got a good overview of the way of life of the people and helped set the scene for my journey. What's the national dish, the main thing people eat?
They have what we call it papa, which is maize.
Okay.
Actually, in the mountains, they plant corn. Then with sorghum, we make porridge. So in the morning, we have sour porridge. Then we do our things.
As I made my way back on the long road to the falls, I was rewarded with an insane view. And I remembered reading that Lesotho had been the inspiration behind the fictional country of Wakanda. We've been driving for, I don't even know, 7 hours at this point, 6-7 hours. Flat tire, torrential rain, incredible crazy potholes, crazy traffic, flooding the streets. But I'm just so happy to be here and so excited to see this waterfall. And honestly, it's just inspiring just to see something as absolutely incredible as this. Look at this place. Just absolutely stunning. I mean, I literally want to stop almost everywhere I'm going in this place. It's unreal. The reality is it's 6:40. That sun is going to come down in about 30-40 minutes. And when it does, there's no road signs, no lights, nada. And I got to get to this lodge before it gets completely dark. And also I have no more Wi-Fi or no more signal, which means I'm pretty much flying blind and just kind of going off a saved map. I was now racing against the clock to get to the lodge in Simankong before nightfall so I could see and avoid the potholes, rock falls, and flooding. But thankfully, I made it to the lodge just before last light. How crazy is this? I have to go by foot and abandon my car above. I think this is the lodge. Honestly, there's not a single sign, which is what I anticipated. At least I'm here now and didn't come any later. All right, it's about 4:45 in the morning. The jet lag is really kicking my butt. Even though I'm taking melatonin, even though I'm trying to sleep early, still, it really is affecting me. That said, I'm so excited. I am waking up, there's a guide outside. We're gonna hike up into the waterfalls so we can see it at sunrise. I've been looking forward to this freaking crazy journey yesterday. You saw how many obstacles, so many challenges, but we're gonna do this right now. This is Ernest. He's gonna try to help me find this waterfall. We started the day super early and began to trek through the muddy fields. We walked past some traditional Makora houses and were greeted by a bunch of sheep. I was truly blown away by the greenery and happy to see the farmers and herders starting their day, even if a few of them made fun of my rain boots.
Thank God for these shoes because I've already fallen. We aren't stuck. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. So we just hiked about 45 minutes or so through the countryside. This did not disappoint.
We finally made one more turn, and there it was, finally, what I had been searching for. The sheer power of the water pouring over the 630-foot single drop into the valley below was nothing short of awe-inspiring. The way the waterfall carved the valley against the backdrop of those incredible rock formations, the greenery in those fields was simply breathtaking. Ernest and I just sat there taking it all in, truly appreciating how fortunate we were with all the abundant nature around us. But that wasn't enough. I didn't come all that way simply to see the waterfalls from a distance. I had to get a closer look. So my friend Ernest and I derived a plan, and we started running and hiking down into the valley to get to the base of the falls. It was surreal. It felt like a different world, kind of like a mix between Wakanda and Pandora.
All right, running here in Lesotho, which feels like kind of trail running between all these crazy rocks. What an incredible backdrop for a run.
We continued down the trail and began to hear the deafening sound of the waterfalls. Once I began to feel the mist on my face, I knew I had finally made it. As I made my way out of the waterfalls and onto my next destination, I reflected back over the past few days and how far I had come, from California all the way to Lesotho, driven by this sense of curiosity to see the waterfalls.
And really, what an incredible place to run in the Maletsunyane Waterfall, one of the highest in Africa. And there's even a smaller waterfall right there.
But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that what made the trip to Lesotho so incredible was the actual journey there. All the obstacles I had faced, all the natural beauty I saw, and all the kind-hearted people I met that helped me along the way.
This is the chief who watched over my car last night. Thanks so much, Chief. Thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this trip to the beautiful kingdom of the sky and saw why I want to trek all that way to see those beautiful waterfalls. Make sure to check out the blog that complements this vlog, and if you like what you saw, click right over here. In the meantime, stay curious, and I look forward to seeing you on my next journey.